So, hello, hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you're back, and if not, welcome. If this is your video, I hope you will have fun. Nonetheless, I hope you still have fun, even if it's not your first video of my channel that you're watching. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're having a great time despite all the news that are coming out everywhere. I feel like everyone's having a bit of bad day, least to say. Anyways, I hope we will have better days, and I think we can have some better days to look forward to. We all can, as humanity. Anyways, this was a little side note. And today, after that side note, today I want to talk about technology and new technologies, and specifically AI. So, technology, right? Humans make things, humans develop things, humans make new things that make things. This was a reference to the history of everything, and if you didn't catch, and humans then make things that then make new things. And this one of the newer things that we made that makes things is AI, and it has caused quite the controversy, and it has caused it has caused quite the conversations, not the controversies. I said that before. So today I want to talk about what it actually is. I mean, it's not going to be definitive, as I haven't done any research. I will just talk based on what I know and what I heard and what I saw in some lectures, and what I heard from some qualified people on the internet and in real life. So I hope this comes across as helpful. That's what I'm trying to do, actually. So yeah. Since the dawn of history, actually, let's start from there, because why not? Humans have been doing and making things, as I said before, and the things that we produce or invent might have caused some dramas back in the days as well, back in like old days, like ancient style old days, they even cause some dramas. And this might be counted as a human nature thing, because even though we like to have adventures and discover new things and invent new things, we also have a resistance against new things. This might come from a survival tactic or some comfort thing that might be how we grow up, and then how we view the world, or how we want to see the adult world, the world that we live in as adults, how we want to see that world when we grow up. But these new things usually cause some conversations that group us in sometimes, and this has happened many times before. And even in my childhood, even before AI, I remember my parents having some strict opinions, some pieces of technology like telephones and TVs, and I feel like AI is going through the same process and same route right now. And I feel like we should be a little clear about what AI is and what it can do, because some of the conversations and some of the hypothetical scenarios we're talking about right now might be a little far-fetched, at least in my opinion. I might be wrong, please correct me if I am. And I feel like our conversations should be a little more constructive, other than being fear-producing, to be honest, because I feel like we have enough fear in our lives right now. And the main reason, actually, actually that I think that this is the case is because the view of AI in public's eye isn't actually aligned with how it actually works, because it is a very different model than what people think it is. And this is why that I think history will repeat itself. By history, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like this might be from someone else's opinion. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like some people believe that this is not that different from industrial revolution, and I kind of agree with that, because with industrial revolution, machines were taking humans' place in production lines, and that initially caused some fear, but then we realized that it actually improved our quality of lives. We had more time to do more things that we enjoy, other than working 12, 13, 15, or even 18 hours a day to produce something. So I feel like we might have the same story with AI and AI technologies, at least with the kinds of AI that we are using right now, because there are many kinds. Actually, it's not just the programs or the models that we are using right now are not the evil robots that everyone's afraid of. The models we are using are actually a little more simple than that. So maybe this is a good time to get into the technicalities of AI. So AI is a computer system that can do machine learning, and having some inputs, then making some new outputs from those inputs is what is referred by machine learning. Machine learning is basically that you give some data or input into a program, and that program then produces new outcomes of those inputs, and that's what's basically happening with AI that we're using right now. But the model that we're using right now is a language model, and by language model, what language model means is that it is actually training to learn human languages and human expression. I say human expression because we also see some art forms that are produced by AIs. So it is actually trying to mimic human behavior or human expression. So in that sense, this is why I said that the models that we're using are not the ones that we are afraid of, because the ones that we would be afraid of would be the ones that do deep learning, and deep learning eventually produces some thoughts or some concepts of itself. And the programs that we are using right now are actually not doing that. They are just recoding, producing some problems to some things, but they are not that good at identifying new problems. Well, they're actually doing that as well. They are not good at coming up with new concepts. By that, I mean the main difference actually lies in human innovation. So human innovation, in a way, is us making new concepts in our lives that we don't see or we haven't seen ever before. So we don't have anything in our hands, and if we want to change something or we want to create something new, so we don't have an input or we don't have a new code or a new description in our hands, we sometimes just create things out of nowhere, like out of our minds. So like the concept of finding new materials, trying to make new materials, trying to produce new objects of those materials, and trying to make new notions or make new words that are trying to define new things. So this is what human innovation is. And in a way, the AIs that we are using daily, those are the ones that I'm mainly referring, are coming up with new things, but the things that they're coming up with are not completely new. They have a set of data, and we present them a problem or a question, and then they structure that data that they have in a way that could solve that problem. And they try new ways, they try new methods. They try new outcomes to see if it is good or not. Then they learn what is correct and what is not correct, and then they learn and produce better results or better outcomes eventually. So in that way, also because these programs or systems don't have problems like we do in our lives, they do not produce the concepts or the things that we produce or we have produced in human history before. It is like teaching a school child new things like mathematics formulas and demanding that kid to solve some problems in an exam, but it's not something you can know. Actually, that kid is not coming up with something innovative when they are sitting that exam. They are just using the codes or the instructions that they have in their hands, and they are using that tool. So they are just learning to use that tool, that mathematics tool. So this is similar to what the AIs we are using right now. So in that sense, AI is like a child that's mimicking us adults and reproducing the results that we are producing. And I remember, I will try to find that channel and I will link that below. I remember someone making a video of what AI is. It was a lady, I don't remember her name, but she said that AI is like a actor, and that actor is trying to play a role. So in that role, they are producing some outcome, some script, and that script is usually based on true facts, because the AIs that we are using right now are connected to the internet, and what that internet, the data that internet holds. So what is on the internet is the ground that AI is using to come up with these outcomes. But then they are not like a scientist or a social worker or a psychologist. They don't have a new problem, or they are not trying to find a new problem. They have the problems listed in front of them, and the AI is coming up with new scenarios that could fit those problems best. I hope I'm making sense, because in my mind, in my head, I'm making complete sense. So it's not like the AIs that we have right now is not going to come up with a new scientific, or not scientific, a new physics theory like Einstein have in the past, or they will not try to discover something, because they are not observing anything. They just have the data that we present to them. So in that sense, AIs are not the evil monsters, ever learning evil monsters that everyone's afraid of. So for now, we are mostly safe. But because of how the AIs that we are using work, these are the most common ones, we can actually, I think, foresee which kinds of jobs that they will take place. So they will probably take place of the things that humans do repeatedly in a work shift, because it is easier to learn, and it is what these AI systems are programmed to learn actually. So they will not probably be a scientist. They might be a doctor, but they will not probably be able to do scientific research. They might be helpful in a scientific research, because if you present them with a problem, they can come up with multiple outcomes that fits that problem in a very short amount of time. It would take a lot of time for scientists to come up with that amount of results manually, and they might take a doctor's place. Well, it might be also in some healthcare services. It might also take a nurse's place as well. You would give them your medical history, and they would try to understand what's wrong and what could be done in that setting. And those steps that AI is taking would be based on the past steps that the doctors have done, for example. But they have learned from that, and they are repeating some of those things. But then they would not be able to, at least for now, be able to identify new problems in those steps or in those medical procedures and try to come up with better ways, unless we ask them to, as of now. So because of these things, some of the intellectual works that we are doing as humans might be replaced by them. But if you look at history, you will see that we used to have a job title named a script, or a writer, or a copywriter. These people used to make copies of some documents, and this would be their only job, because that would take a lot of time, and their whole work hours were dedicated to this job. But then, with industrial revolution and some technology, and like with electricity and with everything nice involved as well, we came up with photocopy machines, and these came in quite handy because we got rid of a boring job, and we had more time for managing jobs and have a nice work-life balance, because the jobs that we had to do were reduced with this new technology. So in that sense, I feel like AI would be quite helpful in our lives in the future, despite the fear that it's causing right now, in public's eye at least. So yeah, in my opinion, AI might not be as terrifying as most people think it is. If you have any other opinions about this, please let me know down below in the comment section, respectfully please. And if you like this video, you can also drop a like down there as well. If you did not, that's okay, everything is completely fine. And if you want to see more of me, or hear more of what I want to talk about, you can also subscribe to my channel. And you can also check my past videos. And thanks so much for what I can't speak apparently. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye.